All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast coming to you live from the People Cave, presented by Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the only hard seltzer with vitamin C and superfruit acerola. My name's Will DeFries. To my right, the viral staircase himself, Dillon Shivery's in the building today.
Wow. I'm going to go ahead and just talk about what everyone's expecting me to talk about. She's got some nice bing bong here in the cup.
Really? What kind do you go with?
It's hitting. It's the Nespresso. I'm not sure what the actual flavor is called today, but it's gas.
Really?
Got some, I did put a little creamer in here. I think I deserved it today.
Really?
A little bit. Oh, yeah, it's oat milk creamer. It's pretty good.
You deserve to, get rid of some of your manliness today?
Yeah, I have so much that I'm just, letting a little bit dissipate, I guess. Anyway, very happy to be here. We got Big Game. Well, I'll let you intro Big Game.
I mean, you can intro Big Game. I don't care.
Dillon's just going to take over this whole show.
That's fine, dude.
No.
It's his company now.
I mean, I know. I mean, we'll get to it. But
Yeah, good to be back.
Yeah, we got Dave out. Dave's on family vacay.
Putting on a clinic as far as Instagram.
Yep. He's in Seaside, Florida, just doing the damn thing. And so, on the front end of this episode, we've added Brett Merriman in the mix.
Hello.
Of Cold Stove fame, of Mail-In Podcast fame.
Thank you, by the way, for filling in. Great episode with Will DeFries and Sally DeFries last week.
I did what I could, Brett. It was my pleasure. The next time that we have a Closest to Pink competition, I know that I need to bring a little bit more to the table.
My wedges were dialed in at ACC that day.
Well, Rory could probably take a couple tips from you.
oh, that's right. That's where that came from. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
It all
Very
kind of
sick.
worked out, actually.
Yeah, and some of the questions actually were very well tailored to me. So it was a good episode that we got off without Brett. Like, Brett's not going to be able to answer a question about like asking for someone's hand in marriage. That's teed up for your boy.
And you recorded it with Dave's little whiskey girlfriend.
I did. Yeah. Her and I have a seemingly good rapport.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that develops, but I'm happy for you too.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Is it just me, or do we have does everyone in the studio, I think besides Dillon, who's got a noticeable skip in his step today, I feel like everyone's lagging a little bit today. Intern Adam, or I guess part-time Adam, cool Adam, A-bomb.
Mm-hmm.
He just instead of getting some Kleenex out of a box of Kleenex, one of the many boxes of Kleenex in the bullpen area, he lumbered over to the studio and grabbed one from Randy's desk.
Yeah, no, there's a box of Kleenex no more than 1.5 feet from his face. He just skipped that one entirely and went over to Randy to get his.
By the way, who noticed that I got here early to clean the bathroom? Like, who does that after going macro?
I actually didn't notice that you were here, and I was just confused as to who was in the bathroom. But thank you for cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah.
Do you actually clean it, or do you just make noise in there?
It's prepared for someone to just go full Mondo in there. They got a fresh.
Well, we got the right person for that.
Did we know why Mondo was trending? Did we ever figure that out?
There's something called like Mondo Labs or something.
What
It
were you
wasn't
up to?
because you took a big
Was it up
dump or
to you?
anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's something called Mondo that got bought, like Mondo News Network or some shit like that. And so
Someone bear hugged some Mondo company.
A Mondo company was bear hugged.
I still don't know what bear hug actually means.
Was it Celsius? Not the drink, the bank.
No,
by any
Celsius
chance?
was also trending today, and I was like, dude, did Brett do something in Montana that I'm unaware of?
Do you want me to mansplain bear hugging to you? Or just want to keep living, not fully knowing what it is?
Oh, I saw.
I honestly don't know.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, just tell me.
I mean, this is as I know it. I could look it up. So could you, actually. But it's just when you offer a number so high that a company's investors just have to be like you have to accept it, basically. Like, you're forcing their hand by your ridiculous offer.
God.
Something like that.
There's many ways to take over a company, Dillon. That is one of them.
Yeah.
Check out the poison pill while you're at it. That's more of a diabolical one.
Are you looking up the poison pill, Dillon? No, I mean, if someone wants to bear hug us, by all means, feel free.
Yeah, a bear hug is an informal offer to acquire a company at a premium to the market price of its stock made public without the consent of its board.
Dude, I'm in. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
Oh, good. The window washers have now moved to behind me.
We'll power through.
Yeah, we've got we got a big day in the studio today. We got the window washers out here just absolutely washing windows.
Yeah, those windows are getting washed is what I was going to say.
We've got progress on the new studio. We do have walls.
Yes.
Well, kind of.
It's look, slowly, step by step, it's coming together. The wall's not completed, nor do we have a door, but it's coming along.
It looks good. You guys did a good job putting that in.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. the masculine urge to just put a wall up.
Should we talk about your tweet yet? Or is that
No.
is that not
What are you
first
talking
the
about?
rundown?
No,
Which
we're
one?
making people wait.
Which one?
We're making
Uh,
everybody wait. Hey, do you guys have any Tony's takes from last night?
Not only did I
Nicole
not,
Kidman get hit by a bike on the way to the Tonys?
I don't know. What happened to her?
not only did I not, I can't imagine Nicole Kidman biking to the Tonys.
Yeah, she's just Lance Armstronging out there, just
just
pulling up
don't-
to the Tonys on a Huffy.
I just don't see that happening.
She got hit by a bike in New York.
I like a good award show on a Sunday night, and seeing that it's the Tonys just kind of takes some wind out of my sails.
Yeah, I didn't even know the Tonys were on. Actually, not until I got to the studio this morning did I know that they were last night.
Damn.
I was too busy watching a Texas baseball game that was like 10 hours long.
So you made it to the College World Series, Dillon.
I didn't. I don't play. I used to. Texas did, though.
As did the Rebs.
How many teams
Go
are in the
Ole
College
Miss.
World Series?
Ocho.
See, that's confusing because, like, in the normal World Series, there's only 2 teams that go
Right.
there.
Yeah,
Sure.
this is a tournament.
And
Okay.
the Little League World Series was like 32.
Yeah, the Little League World Series always kind of it always caught my attention at the right time because there was literally nothing else on.
I had to
watch.
stop watching for like a good 3 years after we didn't make it. 'cause
I was
had,
gonna say
like-
you have the vibe of a guy who always like could say like, yeah, no, I should have been in the College World Series. I would have I would have thrown no
Little,
hitter.
Little League World Series.
Little League World
Let's-
Series.
let's
That's what I
be-
meant. Sorry.
I used to love, remember, you know how they do the pitch equivalent when a kid he's throwing like 74, 75?
No kids are throwing 74, 75.
Yeah, yes, they are, Dylan. You had a kid from Southwest Texas with,
Nah,
with
that's
the curly
big.
hair.
That's
throwing
big Little League
78.
World Series gassing their numbers up, trying to make them look better than they
They're
are.
not throwing mid-70s.
Yes, they are.
And
Dylan.
also, don't tell me the equivalent of what it would be if they were a major league pitcher. Like you're throwing what you're throwing. You're throwing 60
Well,
miles
it's
an
just-
hour.
They do
Because
it
it's
because
shorter.
It's shorter. It's reaction.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
So the
he
same.
doesn't care. It's not 75.
Dude, big Little League World Series is in your
Kids are
brain
throwing
right
it-
now.
yeah.
Maybe
Yes.
Danny Almonte because he was 19.
No,
You're a puppet
that
for
was-
them.
that was- man, what a story. I wonder what he's up to.
They definitely did a
nothing.
30 for 30 on Danny Almonte, right?
I don't know.
Is it Almonte or Almonte?
I'm
think it's
a
Danny
person that
Almonte.
does this all the time, but I'm tired of the narrative of like, oh, I can't wait for the 30 for 30 on this. I say that way too often, and it's like anytime anything sports comes up, like, oh, dude,
30 for 30, just wait.
the 30 for 30 on this is gonna be so fucking
Just
epic.
wait a few years.
Dude, the 30 for 30 on this live tour stuff is gonna be so fucking crazy.
He's 33 now. Wow, and playing coaching high school baseball in New York City.
Okay, if he was playing high school baseball, that would be absolutely egregious.
He went the other direction.
That's egregious. Have you guys watched Hustle on Netflix starring Adam Sandler? They had a little Boban
No.
appearance.
No, but it looks intriguing. You don't watch it, right?
I watched it on the flight to LA, and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't
Really?
like I don't want to see it again by any means, and I don't think it's like a noticeably like awesome movie. But in terms of a basketball movie, it's a really good basketball movie. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of NBA players in it. Like it's like all the actual scenes of
Yeah.
basketball are pretty good.
What are your other top basketball movies?
The Air Up There, big fan. Coach Carter obviously goes hard all the
Good
time.
one.
Best basketball movie ever was Blue Chips.
White Men Can't Jump, also good.
Air Bud.
White Man Can't Jump is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good basketball. Love and Basketball, that was never like high on my list,
High
mainly
School
because the
Musical.
girl that I had a crush on in high school was obsessed with it because she was dating the star basketball player. But
Air Bud, another
I
classic.
just said that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
dude, I like tossing some bud in the air.
That dog was so good.
I don't understand how a dog can make the team.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just watch the movie.
Yeah, talk about birth certificates. Let me see that. Let's see that dogs. You know,
He had that Bud had that dog in him.
Let's see his transcripts.
I mean, he did fine in school. He's a smart dog. You know how much time's left on the clock.
Bud actually, he was yeah, but he doesn't register the time because he's in dog years.
The shot clock is like
Everything moves 7 times faster.
7 times
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, and Bud's like, yeah, see, he was just getting shots
He's
off
just
real
panic
early in the
shooting.
possession.
It's like, hey, dude, we have 24 seconds.
He runs a hurry up offense constantly.
Or whatever the shot clock is at that age. I don't know. 30 something.
I heard his owners actually had to move and they bought a place in a different district, but they kept a mailbox in the other district so that he could play for the team.
Really?
Hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of crazy.
His teammates are like looking for the pass. They're just like, drop it, drop it.
Hey,
drop,
drop.
Hey, drop it.
He always picks up his dribble. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, hey, We've already recorded this week's Patreon episode for tomorrow. We did a worst of episode. It is dropping at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow.
It's a fire episode.
To be honest, like we did it on a short week, and the stories were awesome.
Really good.
Like awesome stories for this one. Go check it out. Patreon.com/circlingbackpodcast. And then I think next week we're doing Dad Pod, so keep an eye out there. You can also just go over to watchmedia.com/submit if you want to hit us with some Dad Pod questions. And as always, the pipeline remains open. 888-618-4422. Again, 888-618-4422.
Maybe you have questions about, I don't know, maybe one of our kids makes like inappropriate jokes that are really funny and you share on Twitter, something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Just an example of a question you could ask.
Man, I just don't know if there's enough material there for us to answer that question.
I don't know, maybe.
Hey, it's time to recap this weekend in fun presented by Vizzy. I don't know. Maybe you got an RV in Montana. That feels like a vibe. Maybe you're just chilling in LA watching like one of your favorite bands just absolutely riff. That feels like a vibe too. Because no matter where this summer takes you, one thing's for sure. It's going to be a vibe, especially you got Vizzy in the scene. And when you're to make the good vibes even better, an ice cold Vizzy Hard Seltzer will be waiting for you. Because Vizzy Hard Seltzer passes the vibe check with its bold and delicious dual fruit flavors. They've covered this summer with a wide range of refreshing fruit flavors like pineapple mango, black cherry lime, strawberry kiwi, blueberry pomegranate. And they also have their mimosa hard seltzer pack. They got their lemonade hard seltzer pack. Brett, what kind of Vizzies were you taking down this weekend?
We were doing Vizzy Mimo.
He was
mimosas.
talking them up big time before we started recording.
And I got to be honest with you.
He said the peach one.
The peach one is unreal.
The reports back about the peach Mimo one are rave reviews.
We set the RV up. We had like, putting the pre-trip grocery run.
Yeah,
which is just one of the best feelings there is.
It's always really entertaining.
It's monopoly money. You're getting paid back from everybody. Vizzies were a big part of that stop for me, and I introduced a lot of people to Vizzies on the ground in Montana. Oh boy, we made some new fans.
Dude, everyone out there, be like Brett and start introducing your friends to Vizzy. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check because Vizzy is a vibe. If you're as excited to try Vizzy Hard Seltzer as we were, here's how to get your own. To find Vizzy near you, go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. And for updates on the latest flavor drops and more, sign up at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. And as always, you must be 21 or older to indulge. Dillon, what'd you get into this weekend, my man?
Oh, thanks for asking. It was a lovely weekend. Big family weekend. As Brittany and I both had the kids.
You had a kid this weekend.
I did not have a kid.
Oh.
My kid was with me all weekend. Friday night, we went and saw Jurassic World.
Oh, how was it? Oh, no.
It was good. It was pretty good.
Okay.
It was okay. It was good. It was fine. It was better than the second Jurassic World, not as good as the first Jurassic World.
Okay, we'll take that.
So it was fine, but most importantly, Parks had a great time. He really liked it. As I was sitting in the theater, as I ordered some food and I was kind of waiting for the previews to start, I fired off a tweet.
Would you get some hummus?
No, I fired off a tweet. Felt good about it. We'll talk about it later. Got pizza.
Wait, so
Pizza
hold
and
on.
wine.
You were tweeting from Alamo Draft House.
Before they said, like, if you are not quiet, we will kill you.
I'm going to check the timestamp of your tweet, and I'm going to check the time that you went to the movie,
That's
because
fine.
if I need to turn you into Alamo to
That's
get
fine.
you banned for life, I will do that.
They play a little video on the screen. Jeff Goldblum was in the video, and it said, if you talk during the movie or you're on your phone, we will sick a velociraptor after you.
Did anyone have a velociraptor? That'd be freaky if someone was actually texting in the theater.
I'm pretty sure that nobody was eaten by a velociraptor in the theater.
Who's the guy that keeps him like on call? He's the guy that holds him just in case. Chris Pratt, I guess.
Yeah, his name's Owen, I think.
Owen.
Yeah.
He's just a high school kid. He's like, I take care of the velociraptor at Alamo Draft House.
It's a tough summer job if that's your last option. It's like, oh, fuck, I'm really putting my life in danger right now by guarding this velociraptor at Alamo Draft House on South Lamar.
The movie was okay.
I wish there were better reviews for these Jurassic World movies.
Yeah, it was the storyline was kind of all over the place. Acting was not great. But, we had a good time.
I just kind of liked it when they're at the park. They don't need to be all over the world.
Yeah.
The park had a cool vibe.
Yeah.
Did they hit the
Park's
What Are
good.
Those song?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What are those?
Wow.
It's getting worse than
Yeah.
Jurassic World 2. Good audience score though. That's okay.
Yeah,
As
if
long
the
as
audience score is high, then we're good with that. It's also your chaser movie for seeing Top Gun, and that's no movie wants to follow up Top Gun in theaters.
Just that one scene. Can't get over the soundtrack.
So
It's
Saturday,
you got to get over it.
Saturday, just a family day. Not a ton happened, really. I had a very proud dad moment that I will probably speak about. I will speak about when we do the dad pod next week.
Okay.
Very proud dad moment.
Did he dunk?
No, he stood up for his stepsister.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it was like, it made me a little emotion.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool.
That's what's up.
Very cool.
It's Parks, man.
Sunday, I watched some college baseball. Parks had a big day at a birthday party, and it was just another just chill family day. Kids had a good weekend, and when the kids have a good weekend, the parents have a good weekend. So it was just a good weekend.
Were you checking your phone constantly?
I was checking my phone nonstop. Brett. Yeah,
Why?
A lot of dragging down Twitter to refresh. Lots of that.
What's your screen time looking like for the weekend?
I don't want to know, but it's probably high.
What's your average screen time?
Probably a lot of time spent on Twitter. I don't know. I haven't looked in a long time.
You don't get the noties every Sunday that make you feel really bad about
I
yourself?
don't know. I turn that off.
And then you multiply the number by 7 and you're like, oh my God, I spent more than a day on my phone this week.
Yeah.
It's really depressing.
That'll do it.
Brett couldn't have any screen time this weekend because Brett was in Whitefish, Montana.
Nope. I was off the grid.
That must be nice.
It was I don't feel this about a lot of places that I leave, like on the flight back. I wanted to stay. I was like,
You should have.
I had this weird emotion when we were taking off, like taxiing to the runway. I was like, I don't want to leave right now.
It's
because
Montana for you, dude.
It was the most picturesque place that I've been in a long, long time. Like we've done Park City, we've done Tahoe, Mammoth, Denver, a lot of traditionally beautiful towns. This was something I've never experienced before. Like I went up, I got there Wednesday, and to all of you who have sent recommendations, a lot of absolutely awesome spots there. Started off at Craggy Range. They have
Craggy Range.
Craggy Range. They have an ice bar, Will, that basically looks like a snowbank that you put your beers in at the bar.
Oh, now we're cooking.
It was unbelievable.
You love to see that.
Did dinner at Jalisco Cantina.
So yeah, I was gonna ask what's on the Brett Merriman short list of Whitefish, Montana.
You got to do the Whitefish Lodge Tiki Bar, which is literally sitting on the lake.
Why? Like I'm not opposed to a surprise tiki bar, but is it weird that I'm surprised that they have tiki bars in Whitefish, Montana?
It's a very small operation, but
I like small operations when it comes to my tiki bars.
It's attached to the Whitefish Lodge, like the Boat Club restaurant. Also really good. We did Huckleberry glazed elk meatballs.
Huckleberry glazed elk
Huckleberry
meatballs.
barbecue glazed elk meatballs.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Huckleberry everywhere up there. Apparently, it's a Huckleberry thing. Huckleberry steak.
They're just leaning into that tombstone.
Yeah.
I couldn't identify a huckleberry if I saw one.
No.
Thursday I did, because my buddy's flight got super delayed, so he missed his connection, slept in Minneapolis. Shouts to Matt. Anyway, I go up to Glacier National Park Thursday, Dillon. You familiar with this?
They have glaciers there?
They do. They do.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That was, I've never seen a mountain so like majestic, like take your breath away kind of moment. I was like, holy fuck, this is, we don't have these back east.
No.
Nor in like the Rockies even.
Have you ever skied
like
Killington, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe if you're a Killington fan out there, maybe listen to tomorrow's Worst Stuff episode on Patreon.
Oh. They go to is it the Pickle Lounge or something like that?
No. This is not a drunk story.
That is the Rockies, though. No?
Killington is
No.
Yeah. Technically, it is the Rockies.
You said they don't have mountains like this in the Rockies.
I meant more like Denver. Denver
Gotcha,
proper.
They call it God's country for a reason.
It was
beautiful up there.
It was incredible to see, like naturally carved out glacier valleys, the big like U-shaped with mountains on either side. Is unbelievable.
It makes you wonder why people live in places like this.
Yeah, it was
where
63
it's
degrees the whole time.
A million degrees and flat.
Yeah,
we
I wonder that
doing?
every
Why am I
time, every day I wake up, I wonder how the fuck I ended up here.
What's going on?
Like I used to live in this like small town on the lake in Michigan, and then now I live in this like sprawling metropolis that we can't afford. It sucks.
It's very expensive too. Yeah.
It had me looking, like by Thursday afternoon, I was like checking Zillow. Like, what's a condo here by any chance?
Let's get a condo.
It's prohibitive.
What about a
That makes
timeshare?
sense.
Well, Thursday night, we do this bar,
Mhm.
Great Northern. It is this Western dive live music. Picture Don's Depot and Deep Eddy just combined. And these two people were shredding. This older gentleman was playing Bob Seger. He was playing
Keeps him young.
Fleetwood Mac. He was playing the Chicks, formerly the Dixie Chicks.
Wind.
It's kind of like that, but he was better. He was better.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday
That's
through Sunday, we were up at this ranch, just crushing local Montana bourbon, taking in the views and enjoying a wedding.
I don't know if you can technically call it bourbon if it's from Montana.
They literally ship it from Kentucky and
There
age
you
it in
go.
Montana.
There you go.
Wow, dude, Brett just dunked on you. How's that?
No,
feel?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I kind of
because-
gave him an alley-oop if
Yeah.
you look at it differently.
No.
If you don't look at it as like
No.
opposing people, we're on the same team here.
No.
Did you know Will just thought I was on vacation with like one of my boys?
Dude, I thought when you posted wedding pics, I legit thought you might have crashed a wedding. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
no.
shit,
It's
Brett,
like one of my
that's going
childhood
crazy.
best friends.
I didn't really realize it either.
I thought you were just
okay.
having a boys trip up there, and then the wedding pics showed up on the TL, and I was like, oh, Brett had a reason to be out of town.
I gotta be honest, road dog life fits your boy.
I'm jealous.
It was fun.
I'm jealous.
RVs are they're a motherfucker.
I haven't done a roadie in so long, man.
They're a motherfucker. You got to be careful with those. Like they break constantly, and you just have to be like MacGyver with everything.
Okay.
But man, good week. I did not want to leave. I would be lying if I said I'm not going back to Whitefish, Montana, because oh my god, what a cool town! Cool downtown, incredible scenery, lakes all over the place. You can ski there. There's a big resort. What more can I say, Will?
Let's go there.
I'm a Whitefish guy.
Let's do it.
And it's like you can ball out if you want to. It's like a really nice. We did a nice Italian meal on Friday.
Va
or
bene.
Thursday night.
Your boy, I went to LA this weekend.
Where?
Hello?
I went
Where?
there for about, if I had to guess the actual total amount of hours that I was in Los Angeles for, is about exactly 24 hours. Never done this before.
You got in and you got out.
I've never flown in somewhere and just been there for 24 hours, and I have to say I very much enjoyed it. Yeah, we pulled in. We went to this place called the Cara Hotel for a little brunch action, as we were told it was very nice, and our friend wanted to go there. And so we went and enjoyed our time there. Quickly made it to the hotel, got our stuff dropped down, had a quick cocktail, and then we hit the town for the evening.
Did you go right to concert situation, or was it more of like a ease into it with some happy hour drinks?
We did a couple happy hour drinks, but we kind of didn't give ourselves enough time to get there. And so I'd never been to Dodger Stadium. Unbelievable stadium.
It's where the Dodgers play.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, that's facts. Thank
Chavez
you.
Ravine.
Unbelievable stadium. Really cool place. I don't know. In classic LA fashion, I think a lot of people were late for the show. They were doing a thing before the show where everybody was just getting in a line, and I'm pretty sure you didn't need to get in a line to get in, but like it was just a bunch of like stone deadheads just kind of following each other and just getting in lines.
It's like kindergarten soccer. They're just
Yeah.
kind of all
Once we realized that we didn't need to be standing in a line, we were like, oh, we can just walk over to this entrance and just walk right in. And like it was just hilarious. But I've never been to a concert or event where everybody is so happy to be with each other, even if they don't know you.
Oh yeah.
I met this dude and he started talking to us during the intermission, and he was just like, well, he initially hit me up for some hard drugs, and I told him I did not have any hard drugs on me.
What did he ask for specifically?
They were playing Casey Jones, which famously has the line, riding that train high on cocaine. And he looked back at me and he said, be pretty cool if you had some cocaine on you right now. And I was like, well, I don't, buddy. Sorry. And so I'm glad I didn't look like a narc though, because if someone's asking me, that means I at least look cool enough to like have it. And so then to close the conversation out at intermission, he just goes, well, hey man, I really hope that we run into each other again at a show.
You're probably not going to.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I just don't know if that's going to happen, but yeah.
I live in Texas, and I don't go to many of these.
Yeah, he goes to all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. But yeah, it's kind of, they blew my socks off. I'm glad that I went and made it happen. It's an aggressive move to fly to a different city to go to a concert.
I wonder how many times he's asked for cocaine at a Dead concert.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Probably a lot.
He
Yeah.
just needs to bring his own coke. I think. Yeah.
How's JM? Was he shredding?
He was shredding. He was shredding. I saw some complaints on online about how they were playing too slow. Yeah, not too slow for me. I was very much enjoying every part of the show. And then we went to a little place called Little Dom's after and had some martinis with some other friends that we were seeing in town. So we closed the night out with a little martini action, a little pasta. And yeah, it was a beautiful trip. Got in, got out.
I
Everything
see what
went
you did
right.
there, right?
Everything went right.
Beautiful trip, huh?
what a long, strange trip it was.
Yeah.
That's another. That's
Did you
another
really
reference.
do PCP while you were there?
I didn't do any PCP. I don't.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't even know what PCP is
I don't
or how
either.
you would even do
I
it.
think it's pretty aggressive, though.
So should we do it?
No,
Oh, okay.
certainly.
You didn't say it was bad.
I think it's very bad. Yeah.
One fella at the wedding had a lot of shrooms, and ended up dancing with the lead singer of the. This is not me, by the way. With the lead singer of the wedding,
Brett?
It was very good. No,
Brett?
no shrooms for me. No shrooms for me.
I will say that I've never seen that many joints get busted out. Is when they started playing the first song, every single person just busted joints out and was just going. There was a pregnant
Did
woman
you
there.
rip?
No, I didn't partake with anybody. Just because, like, monkeypox
So
and
you
stuff.
just did shrooms in?
Yeah, I was just doing my PCP and my shrooms and my other stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so I kind of kept it chill.
Okay.
No, there was a pregnant lady that was at the show, and she looked like, this wasn't like some raggedy looking pregnant woman. This looked like, a guy, like her husband looked like a guy who'd probably been going to jam band shows for a long time on his trust fund, and they definitely wanted to go to the LA show. And she was pregnant. They looked like a very responsible couple. Like the dude's definitely used Backer 20 on Rowback.com before. And
It's like a guilty pleasure.
once the show started and everyone started smoking their joints, she put a mask on. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to do anything.
That'll do a little something.
You're outdoors. I was
Catch
like,
a little buzz.
Not a
It's
big
all
deal.
right.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be fine.
Then she eventually took it off later in the show. But
Did you link with Brandon?
No, I wish I would have. I didn't hit anybody up because we were kind of running late. And when we saw the line situation, I was like, oh, we're not in a position to go meet up with anybody. And so, had a great time. If they're going through your city, Sally's already trying to get me to go to Saratoga with you, Brett.
Whoa.
Yeah, if they're going through your city, go check them out. It was an absolute blast. Relaxed crowd. Great way to spend a night.
Very cool.
But let's talk about what the people really want. Muggsy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Muggsy's are the most comfortable jeans on the planet. Built with proprietary stretch denim, these jeans look stylish but feel like you're wearing sweatpants. They're the most damn comfortable jeans around, and I'm not kidding. Muggsy's are the stretch jean for men. They removed excess fabric that normally hangs off you for a fit that looks good, and these are cotton-based jeans for breathability and that classic or natural denim look and feel that you just so crave. These things got more room for your balls, Dylan, and you got big ones.
Okay. I mean,
They're proportional.
I don't know if my balls are like actually, maybe like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can tell when you wear the jeans that they're not hugging.
Figuratively, yeah.
Yeah,
massive.
they're not hugging you.
Right.
They're
No,
never
these jeans
too.
are crazy comfortable, though. Crazy comfortable. Not just because there's room for your balls. They're just very soft, very stretchy, very lightweight feeling. Love them.
You see the grandma I got off in front of a beautiful lake in
I did see
Montana?
that. I did.
Muggsy top, Muggsy bottom.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
I should have tagged him
I
actually.
mean, if those play in Montana, they'll play anywhere.
Oh yeah.
I'll say that.
Well, yeah.
They've got a new swim collection. They just dropped 10 new fresh designs. These are the greatest thing to hit pool since the Cannonball. Yeah, I'm talking about Muggsy Swim. You can choose your ride with 2 potential inseams of 7 and 9 inches, and these things have no netting, and that is music to my ears. I'm so over netting.
Hey, Netting, you're out of here, buddy.
Stand mute, cancel. I'm going to stand Muggsy. I'm going to stand their swimwear, and I'm going to cancel netting. No one had that happening.
Mm-hmm.
The super stretch fabric makes for quicker drying surface, so you can free your balls from these with these comfortable swimsuits from Muggsy. Use promo code STEAM for 10% off your entire order. Do your legs a favor and head on over to Muggsy.com to pick up a pair of the most comfortable clothes ever worn. That's Muggsy.com for 10% off your entire order using promo code STEAM. Again, get the most comfortable men's clothes on the planet Earth at Muggsy.com and use promo code STEAM for 10% off your entire order. Wow.
Welcome
we made
to
it.
Earth.
We made it.
Is it time? Is it time?
Dylan went viral.
I went macro viral for the first time. Well, I've been somewhat viral in the past, but nothing like this. Nothing like this.
So this is your biggest tweet of all time.
Oh, yeah, by probably like 4 or 5x, yeah.
Really? Do you know what your other previous top performer was?
I've done 5 digits before, but never 20K on the RTs. Teens. I was in the teens.
So you actually did this before you saw the movie.
Okay, I'll tell the whole story.
Okay.
By the way, what I said, like the tweet is true. It happened. So Parks.
Are you sure this isn't a Ruth Conda situation?
If you're new here, Parks is my 7-year-old son. And he recently learned the D's nuts jokes, and he loves them.
Yeah.
We went swimming. I didn't mention this. We went swimming Friday afternoon right after I picked him up from camp, and he was in a great mood. You know, just some father-son time, and we were just swimming up a storm. He was having a big time, and he was like, "Hey, did you hear about D's nuts?" I was like, "What? Did you really just say D's nuts?" He's like, "Yeah," and then he was cackling when he said it, and he just kept coming at me with joke after joke. D's nuts, D's nuts. He'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go over here real quick," and okay, yeah. He'd be like, "D's nuts." Like, okay, he wouldn't stop. So finally, after about an hour of swimming and after about his 200th D's nuts jokes, I'm like, dude, tell me where did you hear this joke? Who told you this? He's like, he does this thing with me. He always, like, he's done it in the past. He's like, all right, but am I going to be in trouble if I tell you?
A legit question.
Yeah. He's a good lawyer.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, no, if you're honest with me.
Did he want Dave present before he spoke to you?
Like, if you're honest with me, like, we have kind of a rule.
It's
like,
a binding contract.
If you're upfront with me about stuff, I'm not going to be mad at you about it. So I was like, okay, I won't be mad at you, I promise. And he leans in. I swear to God, he goes, "These nuts." I'm like, what? And I freaking lost it. I really did. And he noticed how funny I found.
You lost it laughing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you couldn't. And again, he's 7 years old?
He's 7 years old.
Can you clarify for the people out there who are new to you and your Twitter account and our podcast? So your son is not named Seven.
No. My son is not named Seven.
I did like that reply.
His name is Parks, and he's 7 years old. He's going into second grade next year. But seeing my reaction to him, like, make a legitimately hilarious joke like that, the rest of the night, it was just D's nuts. And I was firing back. I was giving him some D's nuts jokes too. And I was like, hey man, these jokes are really funny, but you can't say them around Brittany. You definitely can't say them around Lil Bay because she's too young and she's gonna have questions and it's gonna be a whole deal. So they're inappropriate.
He's definitely doing them.
Keep
them
between us, right? So he says this joke at the pool. And we had tickets to go see Jurassic World later that night. And we did. It was a 7 o'clock start time. And we got there. And I was like, the whole time I was like, okay, there's a funny tweet in here. I know there is. So I was thinking about it. I was like, I could tell the full story, but that'll be broken up into like numerous tweets. But and that's too much. No one's gonna share like like a tweet thread, basically. And so I spent some time crafting it, and I condensed it down to, under 280 characters. And usually when I tweet about Parks, it always gets a lot of likes. I mean, like, it's normal for me to just tweet something.
Kids do numbers.
Something cute about him, it'll get like 500-600 likes. So kid content plays for me. I knew that. But this one,
the perfect storm was setting up.
I knew this one was like extremely shareable. People love that kind of stuff.
And people just like D's nuts.
So
jokes.
you're saying you were putting out like a viral watch before this was even.
I knew that it had the most potential of any tweet I had done in a while. I didn't think it would do what it did.
Well, yeah, and a lot of your tweets, and you've confronted this too. A lot of your tweets lately have just been so shitty.
I've been pretty mid on Twitter lately, but no. So I had a good idea, but when I say good idea that it would do well, like I'm thinking like it'll get liked.
1,200 likes.
1,200 likes.
40 retweets. 1,200
like
likes. Like, yeah, an objectively good tweet.
So I'm in
like
the theater.
A random Pete Blackburn tweet.
Yeah.
A throwaway Pete tweet.
Yeah, an intermission tweet during the second round of the playoffs from Pete Blackburn.
Yeah,
he does numbers.
He does. So I'm sitting there in the theater, and we actually went with Parks' mother and her boyfriend Matt. And I think he heard D's nuts from them, or maybe it was Matt. So I lean over him across Parks. I said, by the way, Parks has been saying D's nuts all day, and he says that he heard it from you guys. Is that true? I wasn't mad. I thought it was hilarious. And they were like, yeah, maybe it was us. I was like, okay, well, it's really funny. And that's when I pulled out the phone. I was like, all right, I got it. I'm going to tweet it. And I think a minute after I tweeted it, like lights go down. And then, do you check the timestamp, by the way? Lights go down in the theater.
No.
6:52 p.m.
There it is.
Wow. There you go.
Lights go down in the theater, and they start playing previews and all that. But I checked my phone one time, and like a minute after, and it already had like triple-digit likes.
Dude,
like,
I looked at your phone. I looked at the tweet, and I think I liked it within like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was the 160th person. And when I clicked it, I was like, oh, this tweet must have been up for a while. And I looked at it, and I was like, oh, he tweeted this 9 minutes ago.
I think like seconds after I tweeted it, it had like 28 likes.
Yeah, I was just like,
that's
okay,
really
Dillon's setting himself up real nicely.
And so
here.
I lock my phone. I turn it over. I don't even think about it the rest of the movie. I truly
You
don't.
thought about it the entire
I
movie.
really didn't.
You're like, I'm stacking numbers.
But on the way out, I pull it out. I'm like, oh, it's got a little momentum to it. But it was only at like probably 40 to 70 something retweets, something like that. But it had, high triple digit likes. I was like, this is going to do pretty well. I'm pretty sure of it. I went to bed. It wasn't at 1,000 yet, but it was in the hundreds of retweets, I think, when I went to bed. Maybe like less than 300.
I got up real early the next morning, and I was like, oh, Dillon's going viral right now.
Yeah. I got up. It hit a jet stream Saturday morning. It wasn't supersonic yet, but it hit a jet stream. And I texted you guys. I said, I'm on Viral Watch, and I had like 2,000 retweets.
Yeah, and what did I immediately respond?
He said, you're viral, bitch.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't remember using the word bitch, but I think you're right. I think I did. I'm sorry.
I think you called me a bitch, which is fair.
Yeah. Can I ask you some questions regarding this tweet?
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, because Brett and I have been both working in media for a decent amount of time now. Can you pull up the analytics behind this tweet? Does Brett know? Do you know how many impressions this tweet has done?
No, I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Okay.
I think we should guess how many.
By the way, let's just for all the folks out there, currently 52,500 retweets, 5,600 quote tweets, and 634,000 likes.
634,000. That's like President Obama shit.
Yes. Quote tweeted by Snoop Dogg.
That's part of I have questions too.
So big rap fan growing up in the 90s. I was a huge Snoop Dogg guy. So that was like picturing Snoop Dogg reading my tweet and being like, that's fucking funny.
Do you think he sent it to Martha Stewart?
That's fucking funny.
Do you think
Like
he texted
that-
Martha and was like, dude, this is a good tweet?
That was a moment for me. No, probably not.
Oh, okay.
Probably not.
What do the analytics say?
Should we guess?
Guesses yet?
Should we guess?
Oh.
What the impressions were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea. I don't know where to start.
See, it's so hard. It's tough with viral tweets. I'm gonna guess like 40 million.
See, I was going to go 30 million, but I was worried 30 was going to be too high.
We're talking impressions. And for the folks at home, what's an impression? Like,
That's just
Basically,
someone sees the tweet.
The tweet has scrolled across their feed.
Like, let me give you an example here. I had a tweet. Oh, man.
what'd you guess again? 140
40 million.
Oh, 40 million. What will?
I think I must have deleted it.
But like, for example, a typical circling back tweet episode kind of it does like 10K plus impressions or
Yeah.
so.
How many impressions do you do?
25 million.
Okay.
30 million's not that off.
Yeah. That's pretty
25
good.
million. 2 million engagements. 1 million detail expands.
Oh,
So just click to open up the tweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
91,767 profile visits.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This number is inaccurate. It says 66 new followers. That's not true. That's just from like directly from the tweet.
Yeah,
right?
you can't take those numbers
The
seriously.
real number, I gained about 700 followers over the weekend.
So you
on
undid
Twitter.
what you've done for the last like year.
Yeah.
It's gonna do.
But I think when I start tweeting about like my normal tweeting, which is
No.
like, mostly like
People are going to
promoting-
lap this up.
mostly
Yeah.
promoting our podcast. People are like, why am I following this idiot who had one funny tweet?
Well, part of the reason I knew this was you already can tell by the numbers that it's like big. This is a big number thing.
Yeah.
But when you have like thousands of likes on your follow-up tweet promoting your podcast, that means that you're doing good numbers.
Some funny, that tweet somehow did decent. Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of people replied to it being like, oh, dude, you ruined it. Like,
You
you're
did
just
ruin it.
promoting, like, and then I said, I used some reverse psychology in the follow-up tweet saying, please do not listen to the podcast with the link to it. And people were like, don't worry, I won't. Like, okay. Okay, buddy.
That's
okay,
fine. I get it. No
Can
harm,
you-
no foul.
Do you go on your verified notifications?
Yes, I have, but it's a mess. Like it's a mess.
Okay, so that was my next question. When it came to people reposting it, obviously Snoop Dogg was the one that is kind of like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Was there anyone else under the radar who we didn't who was a funny person that might have reposted this?
So the thing
You also got
is,
shithead Steved.
if you click verified, it just has it's not friendly in the way it lists all the names because it's just like their little avies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to like actually click through to see, and there are hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of verified accounts who liked it. So it's almost like not even
Has
going
BuzzFeed
through.
written an article
What if
about you yet?
Musgraves liked your tweet?
Yeah,
I would never know.
Dude, I saw JoJo Fletcher repost it, and she
Ooh.
said, "Wow, I would love a daddy like this."
Oh wow, I got that DJ Bean reply though. That's big. That's a
Dang.
verified account.
Dude, shouts to DJ.
So I mean, the verifieds, it's almost like I can't even go through all of them. There's so many.
Good thing we have interns.
Yeah, and then shithead Steve on Instagram.
Did you send it to him? Just be honest.
No, I did not.
I heard you sent him the tweet, and you're
I
like, "Hey, can you please repost this?"
It took me an hour and a half to realize Snoop Dogg had quote tweeted me. That's how busy my mentions were. Like I had no idea. People had to tell me.
I've only had a couple tweets go off, and never in the capacity that yours did. And it's addicting scrolling and just seeing it update and stuff.
Yeah.
But then, like after 24 hours, it almost gets exhausting. You're like,
It
okay,
is.
I need to mute this
It
because
has-
otherwise, I'm just like looking at it.
As of like late last night, early this morning, it finally like slowed down. I mean, it was going so fast.
Twitter
Now-
turned off the juice.
Now the retweets are just like trickling in at this point.
Oh man,
Yeah, I've stalled.
I'm sorry, dude.
you're I'm worried about you because now you're going to be chasing that
Yeah,
high,
No.
that viral.
Shithead Steve, like I said, over 7 million followers on Instagram. He posted
That's a
it.
good
He tagged
amount.
me in it, which was nice. An account.
is Parks aware of what happened?
He doesn't understand the gravity of it, but I have explained it to him. It was also really nice for the Instagram account, openly gay aliens,
That's a good account.
to share.
That's a good account.
to share my tweet.
Dude, I don't know if I still follow them, but yeah, I was a big fan of openly gay aliens for a
Yeah.
long time.
What is that?
Hopefully
what do they-
closeted
what is
gay
it?
It's
aliens
aliens
also.
that are openly gay.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. But what a wild ride that was. Oh my God. I was like glued to my phone just watching this.
It's addicting. It's sad how addicting it is.
We put it up on the Circling Back Instagram at like 20-something thousand retweets.
Yeah, you like called me out as if I was supposed to be tracking it and updating the Instagram with what it did.
I was
like,
trying to build a little hype for it. But my goodness,
God, yeah.
I've never seen anything
I put up
like
I
this.
put up that Instagram thinking I'm throwing Dillon a nice little bone there, and suddenly I just get Dillon in the mentions just tossing booty
And
chatter
look,
at me.
Parks deserves all the credit here.
Yeah, dude.
I
Honestly,
may have-
some people are saying that like you don't deserve any
I was
credit.
gonna-
I
Are
put
you
the
kind
tweet
of a
together
content stealer?
because he doesn't have Twitter yet. He's 7. But credit to him, man. He made a very, very funny joke. And for a 7-year-old to make that joke is why it was so funny and so relatable. Parents loved it. I mean, people who have like kids that have gone through phases like that where they say inappropriate shit, they're the ones that are like leaving the most replies. Like, oh my God, this sounds like my son.
Like,
Yeah,
Really enjoyed that.
So you just fucked Jerry Parks.
yeah, you stole content from your son.
I did. Thank you, Parks. That's my guy, man.
That's messed up.
That's my guy.
Did
Love
anybody
him.
offer like products for you to sell in your replies?
Yeah, do you have any vibrator companies reach out to you?
Maybe I just haven't seen. I don't know.
Did you have any DMs from like those like weird room lights that like make your room look like you're an alien?
No. What the hell is that?
I don't know.
No, nothing like that.
Why don't you just put a link to something like random under there and be like, and just make people think that you got sponsored, so they think that you're open to getting sponsored for this tweet.
What we need to do is make a D's Nuts shirt, and then I'll put a link under the tweet to it.
Let's just print a tweet
I think we
on
had
the shirt.
Didn't we have? This is so stupid. I'm sorry. Didn't we have in one meeting we were like, hey, if we ever go viral, we're gonna frame these and put them on the wall.
Yeah, we should. We should frame your tweet. We should get it framed.
I've been on Twitter for 11 years. This is nothing like this even close has happened. This is the last time it's going to happen for me.
Were you at any point scared that Big DeFreezy was going to come in and ratio your ass?
that would have been a monumental achievement. So no,
It was kind of a bummer that once it, because when it finally took off, I'm really bummed that I didn't have my computer in front of me because I would have liked to make some graphics for a video underneath it. Because I was just going to make some stupid video that obviously would never have ratioed you. But I wasn't at my full, I didn't have my full content arsenal in front of me in order to maximize a response. And that kind of bummed me out for a little bit. So I just decided to repeat your
no,
tweet.
that was never a worry of mine. But you know what? We know when something like this gets so much attention, you're going to have like the majority of people like, oh, this is so funny. But you always get just a small portion of people that you find something to just bitch about or to say like, oh, you're exposing your son, whatever. I only saw one comment like that.
That's because parents don't care.
One comment, and it was some Karen was like, oh, he's probably going to school and saying this to girls, like these nuts, like lady, you don't know anything, you don't know anything about my son.
Like and
Calm down.
And to that lady, imagine, like
You were set on the back of a high school bus before?
Yeah. Like the most inappropriate shit happens when,
It's just one comment like that, not so bad, but
Dude, you're on your follow-ups now have to be big time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
What are
kind
you
of like
gonna
on
do?
TikTok. Like if you have a viral TikTok, like your next one's pretty much guaranteed to be like really high numbers. Like not you need to start following up with
no,
some
that's
heat.
not true.
Yeah, dude, it's
You
true.
got the whole Twitter sphere. Like you were the main character on Twitter for a day, and you didn't do something horrendously wrong.
in
which
a
is
good
like,
way.
Yeah,
In a
that
good way.
doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Knock
the
on
fact
wood.
that you're not like, I'm glad that you did something like entertaining and wholesome as opposed to just getting canceled.
Yeah. On Saturday night, I went to bed. I got like 9,000 retweets while I was sleeping.
Mhm.
And that to me was like the sign of like, this is going really crazy. Because, I mean, shit dies down. And I mean, obviously, there are other parts of the country that are just waking
Dude,
up to
call
it,
you
but
Mr.
Do
Worldwide.
you think Ruder Dern would be proud of you? today?
Yeah.
He may have sent me something. I haven't seen it yet
Wow.
because I got so many replies.
We need to get that go viral today sign from Grand X. Do you think that was like in some like estate sale that we could access? And
Estate sale.
they're liquidating their assets and we can go get the go
Where's
viral
the
today
neon?
sign.
Who's got the Grand X neon?
Dude, we need to get some of the old shit.
I don't know if
Dude, at Grand X every day you walked in and you're like, we got to go viral today. We don't do that here. We got to go viral more. We got to
now
get
that
the
Dillon's
sign
got
made.
one. He's gonna be over there. I'm gonna see his computer. He's gonna be like typing out tweets and then deleting like back.
I'm going to start responding to every one of your tweets from here on out being like, nah, I don't see this one going macro. No, this one doesn't have the legs.
I think the form like the My Son 7 format is good. Like you've
it's
had
the
a
second
couple
time I've used it. Yeah.
So this is on Twitter, something that kind of annoys me, and I do this with you and Dave because I assume that if you follow me, you follow Dave and Dillon, and you know who I'm talking about. So I don't mention you all the time. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I get kind of tired of that when people do that, especially when like we don't know who they're talking about. It's like, oh, you're just talking about some random dude named like Gerald.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Do you ever think like that tweet doesn't do the numbers that it would do if you said Parks
Right.
saying my son 7? That is the smartest thing you did for
It
this
was
entire
very
tweet.
intentional. Very intentional.
God, dude, look at you.
If it's gonna,
It's like you do this for a living.
if it's gonna go crazy, it's got to appeal to people who don't know who Parks is. That was the point.
Good
Thank
work,
you for
Dillon.
noticing that.
Good work. Good work. Well, yeah, we're content guys.
We are.
Do you have a meeting with noted social media intern Callie later to discuss the ramifications of this tweet?
Our numbers are so out of whack.
No, but I would like for Callie, if she hasn't already, to send that email that she sent a couple weeks ago to let everybody know that I went viral.
We'll have Callie send a company-wide email letting everyone know that you went viral.
Thank you,
To
Callie.
people at washedmedia.com. Big
Yes.
news this week, guys.
Actually, that's a good
Guess
email.
what?
Yeah, we should do that.
Guess what Dillon did? Which is great because, as everyone in here knows, I've been losing followers for the past 6 years.
Yeah.
Like monthly, I will lose between 10 and 30 followers every month. And it's been
You undid it all.
it's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Well, do you mind if one of our sponsors chimes in real quick?
Oh my God. I would love for that to happen.
Knock it out of the park. Is that piece of plastic in your wallet doing enough for you, Dylan? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, do I?
Because with the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, you can start building credit with everyday purchases and on-time payments. Because you see, with Credit Builder, members can increase their credit history with no annual fees or interest. And having a good credit score can mean getting a better car loan rate or renting apartments easier or just bragging rights around the dinner table. You've heard me talk about my credit score. My credit score is bussin'.
It is. It's popping.
And one of the reasons that it does that is because I have a long established credit history. And a lot of people out there, they don't have that right now.
Why are you flexing so hard on us?
Because I've worked my tail off to get a good credit score. And starting your credit journey, it should start early on. Make it happen. Go establish this and just do it. Continue your credit journey with Chime. Sign up only takes 2 minutes and it doesn't affect your credit score. So get started at chime.com/steam. That's chime.com/steam. The Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card is issued by Stride Bank, NA. Pursuant to a license from Visa USA, Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. An impact score may vary, and some users' scores may not improve. But we got big news, bigger news than your tweet, I would say. We got a new Dinosaur that just dropped.
Speaking of Parks, he would love to be sitting in on this segment.
I kind of wish that Parks was just here right now so we could actually just like hash this out with him.
New Dino dropped, huh?
Yeah, this is always big for the squad. I mean, I think this dropped late last week, and it was one of those moments where it's like, damn it, we don't have a free episode for a few days now.
Doesn't it feel like new dinosaurs are dropping all the time? And it just makes me wonder, like, why, like, how many are there? How many species are there? And why is it taking us so long to find all of them?
Well, this says remains of Europe's largest ever land-based dinosaur were discovered in England, scientists say. The prehistoric bones belong to a two-legged crocodile-faced dinosaur. The University of Southampton paleontologist said the predator was 32 feet long and lived 125 million years ago. 32 feet long.
That's a big boy.
Two-legged, crocodile-faced dinosaur. Does this thing like have like little T-Rex arms?
If this picture is accurate, then it does, but those are more substantial than a T-Rex's arms. T-Rex arms are just useless. It looks little nubs right here. There's no point in them. These things actually have some claws.
Aren't T-Rexes not even that vicious? Didn't they discover that?
No.
I thought they discovered they weren't even that vicious.
Dude, they're the king of all dinosaurs. We talk.
Are you sure? Because I think that this new dinosaur that's 32 feet long with crocodile face might be the new king.
How long are T-Rexes?
Bitch, I don't know.
Why
don't you look it up? You're the dinosaur guy. I mean,
how long are T-Rexes?
Figure it out.
I calm down. 40 feet.
Oh,
there you go.
So this was the biggest one in Europe. Where were T-Rexes mobbing?
Up to 40 feet. So they're probably about the same size.
I'd like to see a fight between
Dude,
these
I think
two.
T-Rexes chilled in the United States. Well, it wasn't the United States back then.
It said the bones, which were discovered on the Isle of Wight. You familiar with the Isle of Wight?
Did Randy Travis find these?
We need Dave here for someone to understand that.
Because
he's digging up bones. Okay, I thought you were making an Isle of Wight joke, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. Had a huge pelvic and tail vertebrae. The Isle of Wight has been dubbed Dinosaur Island due to its rich depository of dinosaur remains. No fewer than 29 species have been recorded in its soft clays and sandstones that erode quickly, revealing the secrets of life on planet Earth more than 100 million years ago.
You know, speaking of having a crocodile-like face, did you know that crocs have been around since the dinosaurs?
Well, you know, they technically can't die.
Hundreds of millions of years. Did you know that?
See, Dave's not here to dispute my science.
Did you know that?
I think I did know that.
Isn't it so crazy how long ago these things were alive? And humans have been alive for like this much of history.
That's why I'm
holding my fingers really close together if you can't.
That's why when people talk about the world ending, I'm like, you know what? It's going to.
It's like, man, we just really got here and just screwed everything up.
Dude, we're just a little flash in the pan.
A flash in the pan.
Like, yeah, we're like, I don't want to live forever or anything, because like everyone's gonna die. Everyone, we're gonna get cleared out sooner than later.
We're gonna die. Yeah.
Like these dinosaurs are probably just all mobbing out and having a good time, and then that meteor hit or whatever, and now they're all like dead.
They were here hundreds of millions of years ago, just like eating shit. You know, stomping around, eating trees and animals and stuff.
Maybe it was that they came out that T-Rexes had feathers. That they were more feathered than we originally thought. Which that makes it way less intimidating if they come up with a bunch of feathers looking like a bird.
I mean, they're really close to birds.
T-Rexes?
Just dinosaurs.
Why?
Actually, in the new Jurassic World.
Which is a fictional movie.
Right. No, but it's based on actual dinosaurs.
Do they actually try to make it based on actual dinosaurs?
There's a feathered one, a big, like, you know, meat-eating feathered one in the movie that's kind of tight.
Do they have a name for this one?
Yeah, there's a name. I don't know the name, but of course.
No, but I'm talking about for this new dinosaur.
Oh, the new dino?
Dropped. Like, I'm not seeing any name here.
Maybe we could name it.
What do we call it? Dinosaurus? Randy didn't even like that.
Randy,
do you have a name for this dinosaur?
Are you maturing over there, Randy? What's your problem?
Yeah, what's your problem, dude? What's the name of the dinosaur? Here, Randy, I'm putting you on the spot. Name the dinosaur right now.
Dinosaurus is fine.
He said Dinosaurus is perfect.
Wow,
there we go.
Great contribution from Randy there.
I still think that there's like, I don't know if we have any paleontology backers here. Have we ever had anyone reach out to us that's a paleontologist?
No, but
who's also a backer?
Park says he wants to be one when he gets older.
But like, all they do is sit there and they like brush off bones in the wild.
That's not all they do.
And then they're like, oh, this one's probably pretty big. And then they release some news. They stay relevant in the news cycle. And then they go back and they like have new findings. Like, at what point are we just going to actually know what's going on?
How do they make money?
They're digging up bones. The bones are the money.
Bones are the...
Yeah. But that's why they're so thirsty to get all
bones
of it.
are their money.
Yeah, they're thirsty as fuck for these bones because that's how they survive.
Oh.
Do you think they ever like? I would take one because like Nick Cage will buy like a however many $1 million like dinosaur bone for his house.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't you just want to take one and just bring it home with you and be like, yeah, this is a dinosaur. Skim a little off the top.
A T-Rex, I think it was just the head, was sold recently for like quite the sum of money. Like over millions of dollars. I don't know how much it was.
Nicolas Cage dinosaur skull. It says, no, 2 million. This says he got it at auction for $276,000.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want dinosaur remains in my house.
Okay, one of them was auctioned for $27.5 million. It was a T-Rex skull.
Have you thought about getting one for like Parks for his birthday?
I just don't think that's in my range.
Would he even be excited?
To have a real T-Rex skull in his room? Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
but
be
he'd get over
excited.
that real fast. Like he'd probably rather have a video game. Have you shown Parks the D's Nuts video, like where it all started?
No, I haven't. Is he ready for it?
No. Well, I don't know. It's not inappropriate. It's just literally a D's Nuts jokes, which sounds like he's absolutely volume shooting lately.
He had another D's Nuts joke later in the day on Saturday, but I didn't want to like double down on the joke, so I'm just letting the other one breathe. I'm not even going to tweet about it, but it was also pretty funny.
What was it?
So we dropped him and Lil Bay off at this little thing down the street. It's like a kids camp thing. Anyway, I dropped him off. He ran off to go play, and I had like signed them in. I'm like, all right, buddy, I'm leaving. He goes, wait. He's already off playing with kids, right? He runs up to me. He goes, I have something I got to tell you. It's like, okay, what is it? I thought he was gonna say like I love you or whatever. And he brought me in close and he whispered these nuts again in my ear, and I was cackling again. He just has great timing and delivery with it. He's a natural. It's incredible.
Let's give him a podcast. We already wanted to get him on the Twitch streams. Just playing GTA, just killing hookers and stuff.
He's not doing that anymore.
What, you don't want your 7-year-old son twitching and making D's Nuts jokes online?
I don't think that's good content.
Dude, we could set him up for a lifetime of just generational wealth.
Some of these kids are making lots of money. You're right.
Man, some of those moments, Dylan, those moments with your kids, they make you realize how fragile life can really be.
He's about to do it.
You just think about,
do it.
you got to savor those moments. You got to savor those D's Nuts jokes,
Right.
And on that note, it makes sense why people get life insurance, especially term coverage, which is surprisingly affordable. Why not pay a bit each month to protect the ones that you love? And if you're asking yourself this question, choose Ladder. Ladder's 100% digital, no doctors, no needles, no paperwork when you apply for $3 million in coverage or less. Just answer a few questions about your health in the application. You just need a few minutes and a phone or laptop to apply, and Ladder's smart algorithms work in real time, so you'll find out if you're instantly approved, no hidden fees, and you can cancel anytime. You can even get a full refund if you change your mind in the first 30 days. Because Ladder's policies are issued by insurers with long, proven histories of paying claims, they're rated A and A+ by AM Best. That's pretty good. Pretty good rating, Dylan.
I agree.
Their customers even rate them a 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot, which I think is what we're pretty much sitting at on Circling Back, so it's real. And they made Forbes' best life insurance list of 2021. And finally, since life insurance costs more as you age, now's the time to cross it off your list. So go to ladderlife.com/steam today to see if you're instantly approved. That's LADDER life.com/steam, ladderlife.com/steam. This next story, Dylan, is something that I don't know if I feel good about it.
It's a little dark.
There's some darkness to it. Usually when death is involved, I try to avoid it. But in this case, you simply can't look away.
Yeah. What's the old SNL skit? I think it was Tracy Morgan, and he always used to say, "Damn nature, you scary." Remember that one?
You're talking about Brian Fellows.
Brian Fellows. Yes, thank you.
Brian Fellows went really hard.
it was one of the best, one of my favorite SNL characters for sure.
Did you know that? I didn't know that Julia Louis-Dreyfus was on SNL for a short period of time.
I guess I didn't either.
I watched her on the plane yesterday. I watched my next guest, the David Letterman interview show, and I was very excited to see that she was on. I was like, oh, didn't sound like she had a very good time on it though.
Of course, famously played Elaine Bennis on Seinfeld.
Yeah, she said she's tired of talking about Seinfeld, but she still enjoys it.
Really?
Yeah, it'd get old, right?
I mean, that's all I'd want to talk to her about.
Were you a Veep guy?
I gave it a shot, and while I did enjoy it, not enough to like really dig in.
I think you got to dig in.
Yeah, I've heard great things.
I don't know how we got here from what we were supposed to be talking about, but it turns out that this elephant in India, he's got a score to settle, Dillon.
Yeah, so this is pretty sad. But if you're a sick, twisted person like us, then you might find a little humor in
You're
it.
freaking twisted.
Yeah, so an elephant, very unfortunately, trampled and killed a 70-year-old woman in India. Very sad story.
I mean, yeah, it says that she was at a tube well drawing water
My tube.
in a district village when a wild elephant appeared out of nowhere. And then it says, after being trampled, Miss Murmu was taken to the hospital where she died of her injuries. A sad story.
It ends there. Why even talking about
Well,
this?
they decided to have a funeral for her, as they do, a little tribute to the dead, the past. It says, reports said, when family members gathered for the funeral and were in the middle of performing last rites, the same elephant appeared, lifted Miss Murmu's body from the funeral pyre, and trampled it again as shocked mourners looked on. This is the most disrespectful thing I've ever witnessed.
He had to show up. He had to show up and make sure she was gone. I mean, the good news is she was dead, so she didn't feel the second trampling. But still, it's got to be pretty traumatizing for the onlookers.
What did this woman do to this elephant when she
know.
was alive that caused this elephant to have such pent up anger towards her?
So they say elephants never forget.
Facts.
Okay. Do you think this elephant knew that the body the corpse, I should say, that he was trampling, or she was trampling, was the same woman that this elephant had already killed previously?
Oh, yeah. I think everyone in the world has like their own smell. We don't know what it really is. Like I can kind of know what someone might smell
Do
like.
elephants have a good sense of smell?
I don't know.
They do. Their nose is quite long.
Yeah, you got to think that their long ass nose aids in that, or does it all get lost in that long ass nose before it gets to their brain?
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, like you got to think that he just knew that this woman was there, and he was like, "Nope, I got to show up and just do this."
I saw this on Twitter originally, and the best follow-up, the best reply tweet was the picture of the guy who showed up to his hater's funeral to make sure he was dead.
Exactly.
He was just posing in front of everyone there to like by the casket. Like, come on.
I don't know what kind of elephant poaching rules are surrounding, elephants in India. I don't support poaching by any means,
Of course,
but I do support defending your family. I think that this family might need to go out and take care of business. I think everyone in the village might need to turn the other way.
eye for an eye kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to kill your family member. It's another thing when they show up to how you always you'll see things on television where someone's having a funeral and then like someone walks up right before the funeral starts and stands in the back and does that. Do you think this elephant just showed up and just like bowed up there and they were like, uh-oh?
Yeah, it's one thing to kill someone, but it's another thing to do it so disrespectfully. This is the most disrespectful trampling of all time.
I don't understand how this elephant can still exist without having this family just try to kill it.
That's the follow-up we need. Is that, by the way, The Independent, the article linked here, is an absolute mess. It's pop-ups and just text is covered up. It's terrible.
Well, sorry, Dillon. That's the only link I had.
I'm not saying it's
I'm
your
sure there's
fault.
other links out there.
My gripe is with The Independent, not with Will DeFreeze.
Well, why don't you subscribe to The Independent?
I'm not going to, because they're trash. That's why.
If you were going to get killed by any animal, what would you get killed by? I think I've asked you this recently and you said big cat.
A tiger.
Why?
Because that's the dopest story. I mean, if I got killed by a bobcat, like, a bobcat took Dillon down? Really? But a tiger.
Does shark register for you?
Yeah. But a tiger's, tigers are just badass. Tiger or a lion even, or like a polar bear. If I got by a polar bear, that's a story.
I had an uncle. Congratulations to me for having an uncle. Congratulations
awesome.
to him for being an uncle at the time.
That's big for him.
He has since passed. And before he died, he told me, and I was really young and impressionable, and I didn't see this uncle very often at all. But he had this big, huge gash out of his leg. And he told me one day, he was like, yeah, I got bit by a shark while scuba diving. And I was like, that is so fucking sick.
Was he BSing?
And so he eventually died. And I was talking to one of my cousins and I was like, I didn't really know much about him other than he got bit by a shark on his leg. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, he got this shark bite out of his leg. And they were like, Will.
He just let you believe it?
They were like, Will, he got drunk and got run over by a golf cart. And I was like, oh.
Did we post it on TFM?
I don't think TFM existed when he got run over by the golf cart. I don't even know if he got run over or what happened, but they explained to me like, no, this happened on a golf cart. And I was just like, oh man, he completely punked me.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was good. And it definitely made me think that I'm definitely going to lie to like, my nieces. I need to lie to my nieces and nephews more actually.
Yeah. And I had to fess up to a lie. It was a white lie I told Parks, but I have a like remote start on my car, not to brag. And one day I was like, dude, if you say like 1, 2, 3 engine turn on, I programmed it to recognize your voice and it'll turn on. So he would say it and I would just hit the button real quick. And finally this morning he tried to do it and I didn't have my keys handy. I was like, man, I'm sorry. I got to be honest with you, Parks. I made that whole thing up.
Why didn't you just tell him that it wasn't working that day?
I don't know.
It was too hot.
I didn't want him to keep believing it. I just felt
Why?
Because I've done it like 20 times so far with him and he loves it. And finally, like,
He's probably telling his boys at school about that.
This is like the third time it hadn't worked because I didn't have my keys handy. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna catch on. I'm just gonna own up to it. Anyway, a lot of little kids about injuries you have. But if I got by a tiger, man,
Please.
everyone would be talking about it. It'd be a national headline. If you get got by a tiger, you're making the news.
Is it a national headline?
Yeah, a tiger.
Viral tweet guy gets mauled by tiger? Dies?
If I'm walking through like one of those Indian villages where this happens a lot, maybe not.
Like what if the first like words of the obituary are like Dillon Shivery, noted D's nuts tweeter,
Noted viral guy
has passed on due to tiger injuries.
Right.
If you do you want your
like you're clicking that story.
do you, if you get killed by like a vicious animal, you know how they don't put the cause of death in most obituaries? I need to put it in my will beforehand that says like if I die in a like crazy way, please put it in the obituary. I want people to know instead of having to text and be like, hey, do you hear how Will died?
If you got by a bear or a big cat or something, we would get a lot of content.
We almost lost
No
a Brett.
offense.
We almost lost Brett this weekend to a bear.
Yeah. No offense, we're getting a lot of content out of it.
What?
If
Brett gets killed by a bear?
or you.
I think we'd have to we'd have to email all the advertisement and be like, hey, so Brett's no longer with us. He actually got killed by a fucking bear, which is kind of sick.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna take over this account from now on
Yes.
because the guy you were talking to before, a bear killed him. So
objectively cool
They're
way
like,
to go.
What?
Yeah, they're like these Watch Media guys should be a little more upset about losing their business
Yeah, so
development guy.
that's why he's not responding to your emails.
Yeah. Hey, what an episode.
Thank
What
you for giving me the platform to talk about going viral. I had a lot of fun with that.
No, I was excited too. I barred Dillon from talking about it before we did the episode today because I had so many questions that I didn't want you to answer them before I had time just to ask you on air. Man,
It was exhilarating. I highly recommend going viral if you haven't done it already.
I'll try. I haven't. My only like actual like viral tweet was a video that I didn't even take, and I just had a stupid caption, and it was really generic, and so I'm kind of jealous.
Oh, by the way, it took you so long to retweet it. And one point,
Oh,
at one point,
thank you for mentioning that.
I pulled up your feed to see if you had. Not only had you not, but you retweeted another one that was already mega viral.
hey, can you do me a favor,
Some
Dillon?
dumbass meme that wasn't even funny.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you open up Instagram real quick? Can you just
Can I do desktop?
Can you just, yeah, you can go there. That's fine. Yeah. Can you go to an account called Will DeFreeze on there?
How do you spell that?
It's W-I, 2 L's, L-L.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. And then can you go to the most recent post and can you double tap that most recent post that I had up? Because I retweeted you recently.
If it's a good post, I will. If it's not a good post, then I can't promise you. I don't just hand them out.
Dude, I
just
did a
because.
Mondo, a photo dump.
Did you? Ooh, West LA fadeaway.
Yeah, it was good. That's a Grateful Dead song.
I figured it was a line.
Yeah, I killed that. So if you could press like on that, Dillon, because I did retweet
The
you.
people who have already liked it. Well, you're doing numbers.
I'm not really doing numbers.
1,903 people have liked it, including our friend David Ruff.
Yeah.
Let me go through.
Let's see. Randy just liked my post. Thank you, Randy. A little late, but better late than never.
Did you see it?
What?
Did you see the double tap? Did it come through yet?
I've gotten your double tap. Thank you, Dillon.
You're welcome.
I'm glad we settled this.
We're friends.
I
so
did not want to have to show up at your funeral and stomp you out. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Patreon. Like we said, we already recorded this week's episode of The Worst Of. It will be up early tomorrow, so go check it out, patreon.com/circlingbackpodcast. But other than that, we will see you for our next free episode on Wednesday.
Bye.